This is the Galaxy Fit 3, a budget fitness band that potentially should be able to replace your smartwatch. Questions that come to mind: why is it cheaper? And can it actually replace my smartwatch? Let's talk about it. The unboxing experience is pretty bland. You just get the watch itself and a proprietary charger with a USB-C port at the other end. Now, looking at the watch itself, it does have a very comfortable silicone band with a one-click release mechanism. Not exactly the same as the one you would find on the Samsung Galaxy Watch 6, which is my current go-to, but it is similar. Well, not really. Not really in the sense that, yes, it is one button similar, but the lugs aren't regular lugs. You can't just swap them out with aftermarket lugs like you could if you really wanted to with these. These have specialized lugs. In terms of the general watch design, it has a 1.6-inch rectangular display. That's about 45% bigger than the last model, which is the Fit 2. And on the right side, there is one button. This is your all-in-all button. It acts as your home button. If you hold it down, it'll bring up your power menu and emergency settings. If you double-click it, it'll bring up your workout list so you can quickly select what you want to do. One button for everything, pretty much. In terms of durability, this is 2.5D curved glass. It is rated for 5 ATM and IP68 for water and dust resistance. So you can get away with light surface swimming, but it is not designed for deep water diving or high pressure water activities. It will ingress. So yeah, you can measure light water swimming on the surface, but don't go ocean diving with this thing. You will shatter the 2.5D glass. And the AMOLED screen is beautiful to look at. It is pretty bright, pretty decent. It goes up to 600 nits. So on most days you'll be fine. In direct sunlight, you may struggle to look at it in some situations, but most days you'll be fine, especially if you're working out indoors. The software experience is pretty similar to its big brother, even though they're not running the same OS. I'll explain in a minute. So the interactions are pretty the same. You swipe right for your recent messages, you swipe left for your tiles, you swipe down for Command Center, and then you swipe up for the menu of the watch for all the other apps that are resident within that watch. And it's that simple. It looks exactly the same, even has the same One UI interface, but it's not running One UI or Wear OS. It's running something called FreeRTOS, which is designed for this because of the lightweight it's supposed to be in terms of functionality. But that doesn't slow it down in any way. This thing is very zippy. It's smooth. No matter how much I've swiped left or right, it's not slowing down. It's working just perfectly. And it does have a host of watch faces. I mean, like an endless barrage of watch faces. You can just swipe and swipe and swipe. You can load a couple onto the watch, which you can swap on the go without connecting to the phone. But when you are connected to your phone and you're going to your store, it just goes on for days. So that's one thing they've gotten right. Samsung always does well in terms of watch face options. So I'm pretty sure you can find something to suit your style here. And the whole package is light. It weighs about 37 grams, handles, straps included, which is good because if you're gonna wear this a lot to work out, it needs to be on your wrist and you don't notice that it's there. It does have the usual host of sensors. We're talking accelerometer, gyroscope, optical heart rate monitor, a light sensor, a barometer, and it is rocking Bluetooth 5.3. In terms of fitness tracking, it does have over 100 exercises you can track on this thing, and some of even the famous ones have auto track. That thing that happens with Samsung watches when you just start to walk for about 10 minutes, it automatically says, would you like me to track this exercise? So that works pretty well here as well on the Fit 3, like its big brother, the Galaxy Watch 6. It may have an advantage for sleep tracking in comparison to the bulk of this, because this is harder to wear to sleep versus something this light and this slim. And it does sleep tracking decently. In fact, a friend of mine complained that their version didn't track multiple sessions of sleep, but I've tried this and I woke up in the middle of the night twice, and I noticed it recorded both sessions that I woke up and I went back to sleep. So yeah, maybe it was a software glitch for him. Let me know if you guys are having the same problem, but this effectively did track multiple sessions of sleep when I tried it. Battery life, Samsung says this thing will run for 13 days on a single charge, which is amazing compared to all the other smartwatches who are in the premium zone. But in real life testing, I have never gotten that. I've gotten about 8 to 9 days at most, and that's with always display off. When I put it to proper use with the always display on, one workout, at least walk around, I was getting about 4 to 5 days at the most, which again, still not bad compared to every other night of charging with watches that cost almost 3 to 4 times or 5 times what this costs. So far, mostly good stuff. And price difference, this is about 60 to 70 bucks depending on where you buy. So what's missing? What doesn't make it a decent smartwatch? A couple things. First off, it has no mic or speaker, so you can't take calls. You can reject it with a customized text message, but that's it. No call interaction. It has no wireless charging. It has no NFC, so you can't do Google Payments, Apple Payments, all those terminal taps and pay and go. That's out of the question on this guy. It has no GPS, which is a deal breaker for a lot of fitness enthusiasts who like to track their run. I mean, you can track it with this attached to your phone when you go out running, but that means you have to carry your phone with you all the time. So you can always see the data within Samsung Fit, but this has no inbuilt GPS. So it's the phone that's really doing that GPS tracking when you do go out for that external run. And it doesn't have Wi-Fi. So it's relying on its Bluetooth connection 5.3 for every communication between this watch and the phone. Where to find this? It is available in Asia, Europe, South, and Central America. It's not for everywhere in the world. I guess Samsung doesn't want to doesn't want to cannibalize its smartwatch sales in those particular areas. But to be fair, there are people who just want a fitness band who don't want a full-blown smartwatch. Not everybody's freaky about GPS. Not everybody's freaky about contactless payments. I'm not in particular, but you know, you do you. So who is it for, really? If you're looking for a decent fitness tracker that is comfortable to wear, that isn't going to break the bank, you can live without wireless charging, GPS, contactless payments, this is for that person. This will work just fine. But if you want a full-blown smartwatch and GPS is a problem for you, contactless payments, wireless charging, onboard storage for all your apps to run independent of the phone, yeah, you may be tilting more towards a full-blown smartwatch. I know there are some within the price range of this that are supposedly full-blown smartwatches. I did talk about the Watch Pro from CMF. That does have GPS, but it also does have limitations in terms of messaging interaction as well, which you will find here. If you had to choose between this and that claims to be a full-blown smartwatch, and it does have GPS. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Would you pick that over this? Because they are pretty much within the same price range. Let me know what you guys think. Again, don't forget to like and subscribe. I really appreciate you guys being here. I will see you in the next one. Take care.